Good evening, everybody. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and welcome to the New York City Arena here in Midtown Manhattan for our main event of the evening. 12 rounds of heavyweight action. This should be a good one tonight. Both fighters say they are primed, coming off a very intense and passionate training camp. George Foreman's ring walk is one of those ring walks where you realize how attentive this fighter is. This is a guy who has his eye on the prize and nothing will distract him. Lewis is not giving us much indication of what kind of fight we're going to see based on the ring walk.
And his opponent across the ring, with a record of 41 wins, including 32 by way of knockout, and 2 defeats, fighting out of West Ham, Lennox Lewis.
We went over the rules in the dressing room. Let's have a good, clean fight. Touch them up.
Opening round here, scheduled for 12. Right on the mark with the hook up top. And now targeting his opponent with the overhand right. Able to block and counter back. Teddy, what role can the fans play on the fighters, the atmosphere of the arena, when they know there's 2 guys meeting up that can bang?
An immature fighter, a less experienced fighter, can get caught up. He can try to satisfy the audience. That's a quick way to be going to the shower earlier than you wanted to.
And makes that nice right angle on that hook upstairs. Foreman's jab can do so much there. He used it well that time. He returns the favor with a right hand of his own. What a big shot from George Foreman. And you can see he wanted to do that as he holds on there. Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. A well-placed left hand up top. And coming upon the halfway mark of this 3-minute round. What an excellent 2-punch combo by Lennox Lewis. Gets rid of that. It was intended for his head. Tremendous pace being set early on here between these two. Can't see this fight going the distance with this pace.
No, not unless something changes, like moving their heads a little bit.
Teddy, let's size up George Foreman, and I suppose we would start with that, the size.
Yeah, the size is one of his great strengths, and usually, not always, but usually he knows how to use that size. You know, his stand to be set on his feet at a certain distance, and you know, you think of the power punches with George, you know, the uppercut, the left hook, the looping right hand, but you know what? He has a really solid sledgehammer left jab.
Lewis is once again the target of a hook. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. End of the round here on our fight night. Always a good time to come here to this venue. Say, great fans. I mean, wherever we go on our fight night tour, we have great fans.
Yeah, passionate fans, fans that know the fighters and care about the sport.
Takes one, but gives one. Good work by George Foreman. Crafty counter punching. Oh boy, big shot up top. Teddy, I don't think he's got visions of sticking around too long. He's landed power punches early.
Yeah, he wants to make it a quick night's work.
Oh, and the right hand comes into play by Lennox Lewis. Scores with the combo to the head. You see, he sits and waits and then strikes with that counter punch by Lewis. Accurate shot, straight right hand comes in. Back and forth exchange. Good body shot, the right hand came home. Reaching the halfway mark of this round. He returns the favor with an uppercut. Nice hook by George Foreman. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by George Foreman. Lewis is putting his punches together now. That's a nice combination. Hard to believe they can still give like this in these final moments of what has been a sensational round.
I feel like I'm back at the amusement park on the roller coaster again, like a kid.
Both fighters told us that they want to have a similar approach early on here. They want to show a lot of varied attacks.
Well, that gives them a better opportunity to be effective throughout the night.
Oh, and he comes back with an uppercut there after getting hit. Right to the belt line. Goes up top with the right hand. What a demolishing hook by George Foreman. This round comes to an end. A round in which this fighter threw a lot of punches, didn't land a lot of punches. I'll tell you, what advice can you give to him if you're the trainer?
Well, first of all, deal with the psychological part. Joe, don't forget, 75% of this game is psychological. Don't let him get discouraged, because even though he's not going to say nothing, in his head, he's starting to get discouraged. Just say to him, hey, listen, you're going to catch him. Let's shorten him up a little bit. And you know what? He's moving his head, so go to the body. Because now you're going to hit him a little in the body, because the body's not moving.
Blocks away that headshot. Lewis is keeping his guard up very, very well. Teddy, does it help to have the speed that he has?
Sure. Anytime you have speed and you can put it into the equation where whatever you're doing, it has to be technically right, but now you put speed, you're doing it even better. You're doing it at a higher level.
Work with the double jab up top. Lands the counter. Good shot to the head with that right hand. Good smooth work by Lewis. That's classic counter punching.
Yeah, what he did was he pulled that right shoulder back. You know, he just pulled it back, gave him the left shoulder, and then gave him the right hand.
like the way he went up top that time with the hook. Huge right hand from George Foreman. Solid, accurate shot and hooked by Lewis. How about this? Lennox Lewis is clearly hurt. Lennox Lewis has to hold on. What a big shot. A defensive collapse there. Lewis is leaning forward. His opponent got him with the uppercut.
And the perfect selection of a punch when a guy's leaning forward.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So he goes down, but able to get up to his feet. Teddy, what should he be thinking about now?
Well, right now, just surviving, but if he survives, then he better figure out why he was put on the floor.
Targets his opponent after blocking a shot. Just 10 seconds to go in this round. Lennox Lewis is on the receiving end of a hook. Well, I think this is a fairly even fight, Teddy. As we look at your scorecard, that's the way you have it as we begin round number 4.
Well, it's been a battle of jabs, to be honest with you, Joe. And until one guy shows that his jab is bilingual, it's going to stay close. And what I mean by that, if one guy shows that his jab can do more than speak just English, maybe a little Spanish, you know, maybe a little bit of this language where he hooks off and he does more things, that guy is going to separate himself.
Pulls the trigger right away with the left hand after getting tagged himself. He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Lennox Lewis. Lewis is out to show everybody that he's fine. But we saw what happened in the last round. He was knocked down in that last round. Does he have to prove something to himself as well as proving something to everybody in this arena?
Well, that's the right question, Joe. He's got to revisit his memory banks a little bit and know that he's already proven it to himself. He's been in this position before, so he has to regain that confidence and understand that he can deal with this. He's done it before.
There are different kinds of power punchers, Teddy. Some are sharp and accurate, some are thudding and impactful. Where does George Foreman lie on that scale?
A bludgeoning type puncher, a guy that you have a headache for about a week. He hits you with such thudding punches that it starts to just break you down as time goes on. But either way, he intimidates you with the force of the punch, with the effect of the punch, and the knowledge that he's in front of you with that ability.
Counter punch up top. Oh, what a hook by Lewis. Couldn't hit the elusive target with that straight right. Foreman's opponent knows exactly what the game plan can be now. That counter punch landed with some success. He digs in with an uppercut after blocking that shot away. Good hook by George Foreman. Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. Lewis is showcasing one of the best weapons you can have, especially early on in a fight, to set the tone, and that is the jab.
Yeah, and he's shown that it does more than just set up other punches and, just, snap your head back. It disrupts everything. It just throws the other guy's rhythm off, and that's what he's doing a good job of.
10 seconds to go in the fourth. Another round, and if it keeps up with the rest. Wow, what a turnaround. You never know what's going to happen in this game.
You're never supposed to take anything for granted, never assume anything. They tell you that in life. In the ring, you get taught that real fast.
He got caught by a big shot. Well, supposed to be fighting, but instead he's hugging. scores with the jab. He's committed to the combination punching down. It's working out well up top. Little head hunting never hurt. Does it with the hook. Lennox Lewis staying well out of range of danger from his opponent and scoring on his own. Nice job on the outside. Boy, he's really working well on the outside, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing a great job of disciplining himself. You know, we talk about power, we talk about speed, we talk about all those virtues, but just controlling himself and making sure he controls the distance, a distance that's got him winning the fight.
Good flush shot upstairs. Still plenty of time to work here in round number 5. A minute and a half to go. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Lewis. Crashes home with the uppercut. Good right hand. Oh, that's a big shot to the head. Nice strike after catching one by George Foreman. Lennox Lewis is banged by an uppercut. George Foreman's got to find an answer for this because his accuracy has been well off the mark. I like the fact he's willing to throw, but he needs to land.
Yeah, he needs to calm down and think more.
Final 10 seconds. So a fresh round is underway, but is it a fresh fighter? Lewis's corner is hoping so. Based on what we saw at the end of the last round, who knows?
Well, his corner should also be hoping that his opponent across the way doesn't come out here like the executioner to get this over with, because if he does, I think it's over.
Oh, he turns it over right into a hook. Teddy, what would you recommend based on what we're seeing here tonight?
Well, 2 aspirin and then go, oh no, actually I would say a little counterpunching would be just what the doctor ordered.
That's a better prescription for him. Solid counterpunch by Lennox Lewis. Good scoring shot. It was a straight right. Double up your jabs. Halfway through round 6. And now he brings the left hand upstairs. Solid right by Lewis. How about a return to sender with the left hand? work by George Foreman. Working our way towards the bell. Last 10 seconds of the sixth. Well, if the second half of this fight is anything like the first half we just witnessed, then oh boy, is it going to be fun watching this fight down the stretch.
And I don't think it can change. These guys came here with a certain attitude, a certain mindset, and it's not going to be able to change now. There's no way of all of a sudden mid-fight being able to go to a defensive fight or a different strategy. What you see is what you get, and you're going to get it the rest of the night.
Lennox able to block that punch. A nice, crisp hook after a fine defensive effort. Lennox Lewis is making this so that it's becoming a very frustrating night for his opponent. I mean, when your defense is that sharp, it can drive your opponent crazy.
Yeah, it can. First of all, it could start to break down. You know, we always look at the physical things in life and anything. You know, you're pounding a guy and you're going to break the guy down. Hey, if you're just smart, you're slick like this guy, and you're making a guy miss, you start to break him down. He's breaking the guy down that way.
Halfway through the seventh round. Southpaw right jab, then the left hand.
Keep moving! Keep moving!
Now this is exactly where Lennox Lewis wants to be, just doing a really nice job on the outside.
Back to the body.
Not able to connect with the uppercut. You see him with the left to the head there? Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. Coming towards the end of the seventh round, 10 seconds to go. Nice block by Lennox Lewis. Foreman's got to figure out what he did earlier, because that's the only thing that's worked tonight when he scored that knockdown. Here we are at the beginning of round number 8, and he's trailing on your scorecard.
Joe, I'm going to disagree with you a little bit, you know, because I'm going to say that actually he's got to forget what he did earlier.
Really?
Yeah, because he scored a knockdown, and ever since then he hasn't been using the jab. He hasn't been putting punches together. He's just been waiting for it to happen by itself.
He tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect. Foreman's defense is paying off now. That's a good left hand by George Foreman. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by George Foreman. Foreman's failure to protect himself from that left hand, it's become a big story now.
Yeah, and he has to understand why. He's not controlling distance. He's standing too close in front. Needs to adjust a little further out.
And he just holds on there. 90 seconds to go, halfway through round 8. Lewis has got a little something coming back at him. A counter punch scored.
Still not moving enough. Move, move. Keep your head moving. Come on, baby.
Excellent 1-2 by George Foreman. George Foreman, he is not in good shape. He could be on the deck in moments. Foreman, did you see that? How about that? He goes from being the victim to handing out the punishment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Foreman's back up on his feet. Now, what will be interesting to see here is how he reacts in the next few moments. Forceful uppercut by Lennox Lewis. Last 10 seconds of the 8th round. If that keeps up, this is going to be a good night. The right hand scored by George Foreman. Lewis is winning this fight. And if you ask most of us ringside why, we would say he's in better shape. His conditioning has been great as this fight has gone along.
Yeah, he did what he was supposed to do in camp. He got ready for this moment. Also, his intellect. He's a smart guy out there.
And now we got a fight. He fires back a right hand of his own.
Keep moving.
Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. Lewis is left, working well that time. Boy, the judges are having an easy time with this because this is clean and effective punching we're seeing out of him.
Hey, Joe, remember when you were a kid, your mother or father bought you that painting by the numbers?
Oh, I love that.
He's punching by the numbers.
Lewis has got something to think about now. He just threw a punch and had one coming right back at him. His opponent scored well with the counter. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. 90 seconds into the 9th round. Foreman's right hand did a nice job that time. That worked well for him. And now he's targeting upstairs. Foreman's showing us that he is sticking with the game plan. But keep in mind, that game plan had him down earlier in this fight. What would you be telling him right now, Teddy?
Well, first of all, you got to explain to him very quickly and very clearly why he got caught. You could still do the other things. The other things that we thought going into this fight is still going to work. But make an adjustment. It's not that you didn't do the thing that could work. You didn't do it properly.
Lewis is way off the mark. That punch didn't have a chance. Boy, some of the old school guys would really appreciate this, wouldn't they, Teddy? Just great upper body movement, so elusive up top.
Yeah, this is an example like they used to say in the old days. He stands right in front of you and you can't hit him in the backside with a handful of buckshot.
And this round comes to an end. Lennox Lewis is in control of this fight, Teddy. Sometimes you can just look at it and see it as clear as day. He's ahead on the scorecards.
Yeah, I have my head on my scorecard too. But right now, he can't afford to coast because this guy is still dangerous. He has to still stay on his P's and Q's.
Good work toe-to-toe there. Both fighters got in on him. To the head he goes with a left hand. Good biting, snapping shot by George Foreman. And we've reached the halfway point of round 10. There's that overhand right. Lewis is making for a very frustrating round now for his opponent because he's moving so much. He's really utilizing that ring and showing that he's got the better footwork.
Yeah, he's doing what the old timers would say, Joe. He's giving angles, keeping his opponent off balance. His opponent is strong, but he needs to be set to punch. He's making sure he doesn't allow him to get set. Doesn't give him that kind of landscape.
Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. Takes one, but gives one. Good work by George Foreman. Little head hunting with the left. And that's the end of round 10. Round number 11 is underway. Teddy's scorecard has a commanding lead here. You know, it's just been that kind of night. Lewis has been doing this his way every step of the way. Is there any hope for his opponent?
Not if he doesn't think there is. Not if the spirit has been stepped on. There's always hope up to that point, Joe.
Scores well to the head with the right hand. Foreman's got it down pat. Straight is great. Straight punch wins.
Yeah, especially when your opponent is standing straight in front of you.
Lennox Lewis is hit by a counter punch there. Halfway through this 11th round. that away. It was targeted for his head. Scored well upstairs with the right hand. Foreman's showing a little bit of a defensive shell, but Teddy, I'm seeing punches still getting through and splitting that guard.
Yeah, well, that's the problem, Joe, when you put those earmuffs on, but you don't move your head. Some of them are going to get through, and just as importantly, you handcuff yourself, so your opponent is going to stay in there a little bit longer, knowing that nothing's coming back right away.
Last 10 seconds. Wow! Big George damaged here. Will he be able to move forward?
One, two, three, four, five.
And he catches a lucky break. Saved by the bell here at the end of the round, Teddy.
Yeah, right away you're thinking, you know, where do I spend my time right now? You want to tell him things that can help him, but he is really groggy right now, so you got to get him clear-minded first.
Good, solid right hand by George Foreman. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. Solid left hand to the head. Lewis's ability to stay on the outside and to score and control this fight is very impressive. I know as a trainer, you gotta love this.
Yeah, exactly. I think that he watched Clint Eastwood in Dirty Harry. You know, Clint Eastwood used to say, a man must know his limitations. And of course, you have to know your adversary's weaknesses. Well, right now, that homework, that understanding is showing up.
Comes right back at him with a left hand. Halfway through this 12th and final round. A crafty counter punch after a fine defensive effort by Lennox Lewis. Very nice work to the head. The right hand landed. They both decide to bring it. Foreman's opponent's probably looking at him right now saying, wow, you're not changing anything up. You know, he got to him moments ago. Now he's got the same style that he's looking at again.
Yeah, but he got to him moments ago. He got to him one time. I think right now it's too early to all of a sudden throw everything out the window. But look for an adjustment if things don't change. If he can't get away from those punches, if he keeps having problems, he gets stunned again. Then you might have to look for a change. You might have to make a change if you're going to survive.
So two guys who everybody thought had no chance of hearing the final bell now wait for the judges' score.
Explosions early on, but later on, just a little tap dancing.
Lewis's performance tonight was exactly what he was looking for. And it's exactly what the judges reward. Good, solid effort, a unanimous decision.
Yeah, if he was a pitcher, he'd be getting a shutout right now. Almost a perfect game.
That does it from ringside. For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Thanks for being with us.